Randy Arozarena in red pinstripes. A blockbuster trade proposal just dropped from Sports Illustrated that has the Philadelphia Phillies sending fan favorite Brandon Marsh, pitching prospect Cade Obermiller, and shortstop prospect Devin Saltaban to the Seattle Mariners in exchange for one of the most electric playoff performers of this generation. We are talking about a massive seismic shift in the National League East landscape, a move designed specifically to cure the October power outages that have haunted this franchise for the last 2 postseasons. Let's not sugarcoat what happened to the Phitins when the weather got cold. We have one of the most dangerous, star-studded lineups in all of Major League Baseball. Bryce Harper, Trea Turner, Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto. On paper, it's a juggernaut. But in reality, when the pressure of Red October reaches its boiling point, we've seen this offense inexplicably go ice cold. The strikeouts pile up, the situational hitting vanishes, and suddenly, a team built to win the World Series is sitting at home wondering what went wrong. This proposed trade by SI's Ryan Shea attacks that exact vulnerability. Dave Dombrowski is not a general manager who sits on his hands. He is a shark. And right now, there is blood in the water over in Seattle. There has been significant chatter, loud whispers in league circles, that Arozarena is not entirely thrilled with his situation in the Pacific Northwest. Reports are pointing back to lingering tension with some of his Mariners teammates, stemming from an incident during the World Baseball Classic. When clubhouse chemistry fractures, opportunities arise for front offices willing to roll the dice. But let's break down the actual baseball mechanics of this deal, because giving up Brandon Marsh is not something you do lightly. Marsh is the heartbeat of the daycare. He's the wet hair, the barking, the pure unadulterated Philly energy that the fans at Citizens Bank Park have fallen in love with. I've been thinking about this all day, pacing around, looking at the numbers, and as much as it hurts to say, the emotional attachment might be blinding us to the tactical reality. Marsh has glaring platoon splits. Against left-handed pitching, his production drops off a cliff, forcing Rob Thompson into a constant juggling act in left and center field. Arozarena, on the other hand, is an everyday, plug-and-play menace. If you look at Arozarena's advanced metrics, his barrel rate, his sprint speed, and his hard hit percentage, you are looking at a multi-category star who fundamentally changes the geometry of the strike zone for opposing pitchers. Imagine a middle of the order where a pitcher has to navigate Schwarber's raw power, Turner's elite bat-to-ball skills and speed, Harper's MVP-level plate discipline, and then, right when they think they can take a breath, they have to face Randy Arozarena. Arozarena's combination of power, speed, and on-base ability is exactly what this lineup lacks when the opposing bullpen starts throwing 100 MEP sliders in the 7th inning of a playoff game. Let's talk about the Red October factor. Arozarena is a certified psycho in the postseason, and I mean that in the best way possible. Philly fans know exactly what I'm talking about. We respect guys who don't shrink under the bright lights. Look back at his historic 2020 playoff run. The man hit 10 home runs in a single postseason. He owns a career playoff OPS that makes Hall of Famers blush. When the games matter most, Arozarena elevates. The Phillies have struggled with guys expanding the zone and chasing breaking balls in the dirt during the NLDS and NLCS. Arozarena brings a swagger and a proven track record of punishing mistakes when the margin for error is 0. Now, what is the true cost? Dave Dombrowski would be sending away Cade Obermiller and Devin Saltaban alongside Marsh. Obermiller is a fascinating pitching prospect with a funky delivery and high spin rates that project well into a major league bullpen, maybe even a back-end starter if his command sharpens. Saltaban is a raw, athletic shortstop prospect with a high ceiling but a long way to go before he sees the dirt at Citizens Bank Park. Are we willing to mortgage a piece of the future and a fan favorite for a right-handed bat with a flair for the dramatic? The Mariners are in a weird spot. They are trying to win a World Series themselves. Their pitching staff is elite, but their offense is anemic. Trading Arozarena doesn't immediately make Seattle better unless they believe Marsh's defense and club control, combined with the prospects, give them a more balanced, sustainable roster while removing a potentially disgruntled player from their clubhouse. From a tactical standpoint, inserting Arozarena into left field gives the Phillies a defensive upgrade in terms of arm strength, even if Marsh covers slightly more ground. But the real upgrade is the lineup protection. If you slot Randy in the 5-hole behind Harper, you completely eliminate the strategy of pitching around Bryce. You can't intentionally walk Harper to get to Arozarena without risking a 3-run nuke into the left field bleachers. I've been monitoring the pulse of the fan base, reading the forums, listening to the sports radio callers. The voice of the fans is torn. Half of Philadelphia is screaming, "Do the deal! We need a right-handed bat! We need a killer!" The other half is clutching their Brandon Marsh jerseys, terrified of losing the clubhouse vibes that made the 2022 run so magical. But let me remind you of something. Vibes don't hang banners. Talent hangs banners. Ruthless, calculated upgrades hang banners. This reminds me of the moves Dombrowski made in Boston and Detroit. He identifies the singular flaw in a championship-caliber roster, and he surgically removes it, regardless of the sentimental cost. The Phillies' flaw is right-handed power and playoff consistency. Arozarena is the antidote. If this trade goes down, the NL East race is effectively put on notice. The Braves can stockpile all the regular season stats they want, but a Phillies lineup featuring Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Arozarena, Realmuto, and Bohm is a nightmare scenario for any pitching staff in a short series. It forces opposing managers to burn through their high-leverage relievers earlier in the game. It creates RBI opportunities out of thin air because of Arozarena's ability to steal bases and take extra bags on balls in the gap. This is the kind of move that separates the contenders from the champions. It's aggressive. It's slightly risky given the clubhouse rumors in Seattle, but it is undeniably a massive upgrade in pure baseball talent. My final verdict? If Dave Dombrowski can execute this trade without giving up Andrew Painter or Aiden Miller, you pack Brandon Marsh's bags, you thank him for the memories, and you welcome Randy Arozarena to the most hostile, passionate baseball city in the world. Arozarena was built for Philadelphia. He feeds off the crowd, he plays with a chip on his shoulder, and he hits fastballs into the second deck. Let me know exactly where you stand on this massive trade proposal. Would you give up Marsh and the prospects for Arozarena's playoff bat? Drop a comment down below and type, "Ring the bell," if you think Randy is the missing piece to our World Series puzzle. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for daily unfiltered Phillies coverage, and keep it locked right here on the Fightin Phils report. I'll see you tomorrow.